This is the new Vauxhall Astra, and it's a little bit like ordering fish and chips, only in a gastro pub. You see, the Astra has always been very, very popular with the British public, but now it's more stylish than ever. But just like eating in a gastro pub, it's also a bit more expensive. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this car, the exterior design, the interior, the practicality, and what it's like to drive. And of course, I'm going to launch it to see how quick it is from 0 to 60 miles an hour, because I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching CarWow. Buy, sell, CarWow. Let's start this video by talking about the price. Here on CarWow, you can see that the new Astra starts from £24,000. The old one started from £19,000, so that's a bit of a price hike. Thankfully, you can save an average of £1,800 off a new Astra through CarWow. So if you're thinking about buying a new car and you want to check out the latest savings, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below to go to CarWow. Alternatively, if you want to do that at a later date, just simply Google "Help Me CarWow" and my team and I will help you choose the right car for you and get it for a fair price from one of our trusted dealers. Now let's talk through the design of the Astra, because Vauxhall are designing some really good looking cars these days, and I think this Astra is their best to date. I really like the design of the grille here with the horizontal lines which are matched in the lower part of the bumper. Speaking of which, high spec cars get deeper bumpers for a more sporty look, and it does look like quite a sharp car, doesn't it? I like the crease in the bonnet as well, that really makes it look kind of a bit more aggressive. Moving down the side, you've got 16-inch alloy wheels as standard, rising to 18s, which is what this car has. The top two specification models get this contrasting black roof, but if you don't want the contrast, you can just have the whole car body coloured. Then there's these sort of like pronounced wheel arches, which give the car some width. And then these dents here in this quarter panel, which apparently are a nod to the vents that you had in this area on the original Astra back in the 1980s. Anyway, at the rear, I think this is the best angle of the car. Really smart integrated lights there. Astra proudly stated across the back of the car. Little bootlit spoiler, and no fakery with exhaust. They're not messing around with this car. Do you know what? I think this is better looking than the Volkswagen Golf, but what do you reckon? I'll put a pin comment below this video. I want you to vote. Let me know. Here on the inside, the Astra isn't quite as stylish as it is on the outside. Overall, the design is pretty nice, and material quality is decent, and this car has Alcantara. It's all a bit grey and plain though you can get a model with some red accents to liven things up. Though, to be fair, this car will never feel as stylish inside as its sister car, the Peugeot 308, because Peugeot and Vauxhall are part of the same family, and the car's very similar underneath, though not so much on the inside. Now, if you want to see my full in-depth video review of the Peugeot 308, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. Anyway, build quality seems fairly solid, so yeah, that's all good. And your view is dominated by this huge panel which houses the infotainment and digital driver's display. The screens are actually quite big, but they look a bit small because of the sheer amount of piano black plastic about the place. Apparently, when the electric version of this car comes out, all this will be one screen, but for all the other Astras, this is what you get. So the infotainment system itself is average at best. To be fair, you're going to plug in your phone and use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, both of which come as standard, though Android Auto has a smaller screen than Apple CarPlay. We always get ripped off as Android users. I'm not very impressed with the digital driver's display either. I mean, it's big, but it doesn't show that much information. It's all a bit dark and miserable looking. One saving grace is that you do have physical buttons for the climate control, so that's easy to operate when you're driving. Speaking of which, the driving position is good. There's lots of adjustment in the steering wheel, as you'll see, like that. And it's the same with the seat as well. And overall practicality is pretty decent. I like this, look. Yeah, that opens like the center console storage bin on a Mercedes, so you can have one up, right? That one like that for resting on while you're driving, someone can still get whatever they need to out of there. It's fairly deep as well. Then there's this little cutaway here for storing your key. That's the thing with keyless go. You always need somewhere to put the key because it's not actually in the ignition. Then you've got some cup holders here, which you can't quite fit. Well, you can actually. I take it back. You can just about fit a big bottle, and it'll fit easily in the door bin. Underneath here, you have wireless charging for your mobile phone, so I'll just whack that in there because I do need some charge. More storage here, 2 USBs and a 12-volt socket. The glove box, that's a fairly decent size as well. So it's reasonably practical here in the front. Here in the back seats of the Astra, it's okay. So knee room, that's decent enough. Headroom's livable. People over 6 foot might find that they brush their head on the roof lining. In fact, if that's an issue with you, click on the pop-out banner up there for the link in the description below to see a car in this class, which is actually roomier in the back. It's not the Skoda Octavia, by the way. That's too obvious. Anyway, if you need to carry 3 people in the back at once, you can. There is a bit of a squeeze because it's not the widest car. Thankfully, while there is a hump in the floor, it doesn't get in the way too much, and the footwells are just about large enough to accommodate 3 people's feet. If there's no one sat in the middle, You can fold this down and rest your arm on it. You've got a couple of cup holders there and this slot there where you can put your mobile phone, like so. Oh, it's really good for my phone. Maybe it's designed for an iPad then. Yeah. Anyhow, you have some through loading capability there if you need it, though that's not particularly wide. Still, it's better than nothing, isn't it? And then you've got pockets on the seat backs, some door bins. Will they fit? A large bottle though. Come on, door bins, don't let me down. They didn't. So that's good news. When it comes to carrying a baby seat, you have to unzip this bit here, then stab around in that hole to get to the mounting points, which can be a bit fiddly, but once you're it located, you're not going to have to do that process again unless you take the whole baby seat out your car. Now let's check out the boot on this car, and the first thing I want to show you is this. Look, you open it using the badge, like on a Volkswagen Golf. Apparently, Vauxhall had to spend a lot of time and effort to work around Volkswagen's patent in order to be able to use this system. I'm glad that they did. Anyway, big capacity, 422 litres. That is brilliant. The only car with a bigger boot is a Skoda Octavia. And now, if you want to see my video review of that car, click on the pop-out button up there, or the link in the description below. You don't really need that much more space than this Astra offers. Now, you might be thinking, oh, look, there's a bit of a load lip, and indeed there is. Look, oh, yeah. However, on mid-spec cars upwards, you can get this adjustable false floor, and that does away with the load lip. Be gone. This boot is reasonably practical. So you've got, look, a couple of tie down points there. You have some hook areas there. So that's all good. And it's easy to fold down the rear seats. You don't have to lean in too far. There you go. And with the false floor in place, you can see that it's easy to slide things to the front like that. Yeah, not bad. Now, there is one slight issue. If you had the hybrid version of this car, then because you've got the batteries underneath the boot floor, you lose 70 litres of stowage space. And that brings us to 5 annoying things about the Vauxhall Astra. There is only one USB charging port here in the back of the car, which is a bit annoying if your kids want to be using their mobile devices on a long journey and you don't want them to run out of battery. It could end up being fights over this one charging port, though I guess you could just buy one of them a power bank. Though really you shouldn't have to, should you? The Astra only comes in one colour as standard, and that's white, which is fine if you're the fleet buyer for the police, but for most people, they might want something a little bit more interesting, and then you have to pay. The indicator sound is a little bit odd. It's almost like it mimics the noise that you get when you pour water out of a bottle. Have a listen to this. Sort of glugging, isn't it? There is no retainer for the rear seat belts or runners, so when you fold the back seats down, they snag like that. Sometimes they get loose, then go there, and then you put the seat back, and oh, it's a calamity. The 1.2 litre 3-cylinder engine vibrates quite a lot, and so if you're just edging along in traffic with the automatic gearbox, it sort of chunters away, sending vibrations through the car. Everything's shaking. It's supposed to be a brand new model, but it seems rather unrefined. It's not all negative though. Here's 5 good things about this car. As well as a rear view camera, you can get 360 surround view cameras. I like. All but the entry-level Astra comes with adaptive cruise control as standard, so it'll use a radar to keep you a safe distance from the car in front and steer the car to keep you in lane. Really takes the strain out of long distance drives. That works on the manual car, something Porsche doesn't manage to do for its manual cars. However, if you have the automatic version, then you also get traffic jam assist, so it'll shut you along in traffic. Brilliant. If you have the high-spec cars with the false floor, look, you can fit the low cover underneath there, so it's out of the way. That's handy. However, if you don't have this system, then you can't hide it under a false floor, can you? So it's just going to get yeeted anyway. Middle and top spec cars come with special comfort seats, which have been approved by some German back health organisation. The top specification car gets massage seats with ventilated cooling as well. Fancy. Some cars have sunglasses holders up there by the rear view mirror. However, this one has it down here. And it's lined with felt so it doesn't damage your lenses. I like that. It's novel. The Astra is available with 4 different engine choices. So there's a 1.2 litre turbo petrol with 110 horsepower. That comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. Then there's a 1.2 litre turbo petrol with 130 horsepower, and you can get that with either a 6-speed manual or an 8-speed automatic. That's what this particular car is. Then there's the 1.5 litre turbo diesel with 130 horsepower. That's automatic only, as is the plug-in hybrid, which uses a 1.6 litre petrol engine mated to an electric motor for a combined output of 180 horsepower. Now what I'm going to do is configure my ideal Vauxhall Astra engine and trim combination using the CarWow configurator. If you want to see exactly what that car is and the saving through CarWow, click on the pop-out banner up there or follow the link in the description below. All right then, let's see what this Vauxhall Astra is like to drive. I'm going to start off by driving around this village, see what it's like at lower speeds. The first thing I can tell is that the suspension is nice and supple over bumps. You don't get any jarring effects at all. Visibility is good forward, bit of a big blind spot there. What's not so good though is the view out the back window. So the window itself is quite big, but you've got some really big pillars at either side, which is a problem when you're pulling out of junctions like that and having to look over your shoulder. The steering, that's light. The brakes, smooth, progressive, not jerky. In terms of the manoeuvrability, well, I'm going to try and do a U-turn here in this road. The turning circle's 10.5 metres, which is actually pretty good for this size of car. Can I make it around in one go? Come on, don't touch a wheel. Come on, you can do it. See, look at that. That was no problem at all. I'm glad that it's got an automatic gearbox. It does make just driving around town much easier, and it's decent enough. Sometimes when you're at lower speeds and shunting along in traffic, it can feel a bit jerky, but generally it's fine, the automatic gearbox. Now let's see what this Astra is like to drive at higher speeds, such as on dual carriageways and motorways. So I'm doing 50 miles an hour now. I'm going to accelerate like I want to overtake. So it takes a second for the gearbox to respond, but then we've got enough performance to pull away. Noise levels, they're acceptable in this car. Not brilliant, but not terrible. I also like the fact that the adaptive cruise control works well. It's easy to just set it off and let it do its thing, and it takes a strain out of driving long distances because it'll keep you a safe distance from the car in front, and auto steer to keep you in lane. The seats are reasonably decent and you don't get too tired behind the wheel. Finally then, let's see what the Astra's like on a twisty road. So I'm going to put it into sports mode. That's sharpened up the throttle response, the steering and speeds from the automatic gearbox. Though I'm going to put that in manual mode. Take control myself with the pedals. It's not the fastest at changing gear, let's put it that way. There's almost no point changing gears yourself. There's very little joy to be had. And this engine's not the most punchy. It's adequate, but it doesn't really give any sporty thrills. In fact, there's probably no point to the sports mode, to tell you the truth. As for the handling itself though, if you need to go quickly down a twisty road, say you're late for your sales meeting, it's fine this. It grips the road pretty well. The steering isn't dead darty, but it's not slow either. The car stays relatively flat through the bends, considering that it's also pretty decent over bumps. It's quite a nice balance. The only thing that annoys me is the engine. It's just a little bit kind of gruff, like it's chewing on gravel or something, especially when you rev it like that. Overall, I think that a Ford Focus is a little bit more fun to hustle down a road. Still, this is more than adequate. It's actually pretty good. Vauxhall says this 1.2 litre version of the Astra should be able to do 0-60 in 9.7 seconds, but I'm going to find out for myself by using my specialist timing gear up here. I'm going to launch it. Hold it on the brake. Accelerate. What are we going to do? Come on. What did you get? 9.9 seconds to get to 60. A little bit slower than it's supposed to. So then, what's my final verdict on the new Vauxhall Astra? Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should shortlist the Astra. It's a really good all-round car, and a bit like buying fish and chips in a gastropub. It's a safe choice. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think of my verdict in the comments below. Click on those windows there for some more videos, and on that box there to go to CarWow to see how much you can save on your next car. Thanks for watching.